This is going to sound harsh, but the whole of society centers around women's purity, and it's unfortunate, but there's just so much of a ripple effect that comes down to how women value access to their body in a sexual way. So I grew up, when I returned from my 4-year stint in Korea, I moved to Mandurah in Rockingham area, about an hour south of Australia, of Perth, you fucking retard. And I've been voted the most bogan city in Australia, Rockingham, at the highest amount of single teenage mums. And the rites of passage, right? When you go clubbing on a Friday, Saturday night, it's just perfectly acceptable and encouraged and actually mandatory that you get into extreme violent situations with your fellow Scottish, Irish, Australians and Maoris. And so what would happen is, in Australia, it's one of the few countries that pays extraordinarily well for tradesman jobs and labouring and driving bobcats and machines. And so you get these mildly educated young men who have been told that their rites of passage and how they have access to immediate mates, as in sexual partners that night, is through showing dominance through extreme acts of violence. And so every single night when I was working in Players nightclub back in 2009, I would see group fights, and I'd see 3 or 4 guys. I'd just be fucking stomping someone's head, just like, yeah, cunt. And so I worked at a cafe as well, right? There would be after Australia Day, I had this chat with this girl. She's like, "Oh, did you get any fights on Australia Day?" No. Well, fucking pussy. So basically, if you want access to pussy, you have to rearrange somebody's face. You have to disfigure an Anglo-Saxon genetic person, your fellow brothers. You have to disfigure them and just make them so only their fucking mother can recognize them, right? And it happened every single night. Every single night, I just see people's faces get disfigured. You'd be waiting in line, and there'd be like 4 guys just fucking kicking someone's skull in, right? And it's very, very interesting, because if it wasn't so easy to have access to vagina, these men wouldn't be fucking killing each other in the name of 10 minutes of pleasure. And it's the men's fault. It is, but just see how it's all connected. And it's so crazy, because why would you be fucking destroying someone's life for a couple minutes? When you punch a shit out of someone and disfigure their face, like, they've got trust issues forever. Like my colleague, he was working in a bank, right? And he got robbed, and he's never been the same since. So when you do extreme acts of violence, there's tremendous ripple effects.